Which team do you think needs this win more, the Baltimore Ravens or the Kansas City Chiefs?
I think the Chiefs. I really do. I think because they played so poorly and on offense, and they had the injuries at wide receiver, and they have no running game. They got to win this. They got to find a way to win this game, and then try to make some improvement, get some players back. They'll have. They have Worthy. I think he may play in this game, but he's going to be rusty. You get him back, and then Rice is coming back after suspension on week 7. So, I really think that the Chiefs, they played poorly. They're going to be 1-3 if they lose this game. Both teams would be 1-3 if either team loses, and that's a deep hole when you're counting on being a Super Bowl contender. I say, even though the Chiefs are at home, I'm liking the Ravens in this one. I think Detroit beat the Ravens on the strength of their running game, which is outstanding, and their ability to slow down Henry and sack Jackson. I don't think the Chiefs have any running game to speak of, and I doubt that they will sack Jackson 7 times, even though their defense is ranked number 11. The Chiefs' offense has sputtered, struggling to score 20 points a game. Because they have no running game, and Worthy has been hurt, and Rice is out on suspension, and the defense can tee off on Mahomes because they know they're not going to run it. And Mahomes can't do it alone, and the Ravens have too many weapons on offense. The mitigating factor is the Ravens' defense, which is ranked 32nd right now, allowing 415 yards a game. They gave up a lot of yards to Detroit. It's currently constructed. I don't think the Chiefs have the horses to beat the Ravens.
Well, I actually disagree with you. I think this has to be more of a Ravens. This has to be a win more for the Ravens. They need to care about it way more than the Chiefs do. Because we don't expect the Ravens with this roster, with the amount of talent on this roster, to be this bad. On paper, the Ravens should blow them out of the water. Because besides a quarterback, and even maybe right now at quarterback, the Ravens are better in every facet. Travis Kelce looks slow and old. They don't have a better receiving core. Their defense on paper is better. They have a better running back group.
Bad right now.
Offensive line, I think they have a better offensive line. The Ravens do.
Yeah.
At certain positions, no, but about overall offensive line, I think it's better because Mahomes does not trust those 2 tackles, and Jawan Taylor is a penalty machine with his illegal formations and his false starts and whatnot. But no, I think the Ravens desperately need this more because if you look at the data in the history of the Lamar Jackson versus Patrick Mahomes matchups, Mahomes wins outright every single time. He's 5-1, but the numbers, Patrick Mahomes blows him out of the water. 72% completion percentage, 344 total yards per game. Yards per pass, it's not even really close. Turnovers and touchdowns, Mahomes is 15-3 to Lamar's 9-7. Passer rating, it's a 114 basically, while Lamar has an 80. So Lamar has played poorly, and the last time these teams matched up, there was a lot of controversy because the very end of the game, I don't know if you remember, I'll walk you through it. On the final 3 plays of the game, it was a sail pass to Isaiah Likely, which I said that he should just ripped it to him. He was wide open, and he actually ended up getting hurt and had to sit for a play. Then the following one, he threw it randomly in between receivers, but Zay Flowers was wide open, so it completely missed. That's another missed 7 points. And then it was the Isaiah Likely's big toe was out of bounds. At the very end of the game, 4 seconds left, he throws it. He's out of bounds with no time remaining on the clock. So that was 21. I know it was only 7, but there was 3 straight opportunities for touchdowns. Lamar sailed the pass where he should, just threw it on a line. Then there was a weird, I don't know if there's a miscommunication, but he threw it in between his running back and Zay Flowers, and then Isaiah Likely's big toe was out of bounds. So there were opportunities for the Ravens to tie it up, and honestly, they were going for the win because you could see on the sideline John Harbaugh saying go for 2. So they still could have lost the game potentially, but they did lose 27-20. But I'm a little bit nervous because Todd Monken against the Chiefs has called some weird games. The very last one, which is the one I talked about, week 1 of last year, wasn't too bad. But remember the playoff game where the Chiefs had a really good pass defense and a poor run defense, and Todd Monken called up a pass-first offense where Lamar was dancing in the pocket and not really scrambling. I think they had 8 total carries of running backs. I mean, it was a completely strange game plan that fed into the strength of the Chiefs and not into the strength of your own team. So I thought that was a little weird. And last week, it was even weirder because Todd Monken was calling 40-yard bombs on 1st and 2nd and 10 where all you need is a 3-yard pass to keep the chains moving, keep the clock moving, and instead you kept throwing these bombs and bombs and bombs, and Lamar was getting killed in the backfield, and he also needed to dance and try to, do some, magic. He was hesitating a lot. It just didn't look like a confident offense against the Detroit Lions, plus having a QB spy execute beautifully against Lamar, who was just hanging out in the pocket. I thought it was a great strategy on the side of the Lions, but no, this game has to be much more about the Ravens, because we expect the Chiefs. We know what their issue is. The Ravens, it's really inexplicable how poor they've been. Like you mentioned, total defense, they're 32nd. Now, the second worst scoring defense, but this is the number one scoring offense. So this is basically two sides of the extremes. You have the best scoring offense who has the best efficiency, but that means you throw your defense out there more because your offense scores so fast. So then the defense tires out, they're going to let up a bunch of points and yards. So this has to be on John Harbaugh. It has to be on Zach Orr, the defensive coordinator, who has done a very, very bad job. We'll see what Jair Alexander, if he plays in this game. Maybe, maybe not. Although last time we saw him, he got cooked. So I don't know if that's a good idea to have him out there. Todd Monken has to play into the Ravens' strength. So have Derrick Henry maybe need to put some stickum on his arm to hold down the football, because they'll definitely be trying to go for a fumble or a strip on Derrick Henry, who's fumbled in 3 straight games. I think if you get to Lamar, if you pressure him a lot, I think he'll go back to hesitating. And if Todd Monken calls a bad game, this is going to be in the Chiefs' favor. But I think just out of pure desperation, and it just feels like, just look at the numbers again. The Ravens are due for something. So I do have the Ravens winning. I do not feel confident at all. But just because on paper the Ravens beat them out in basically every single position, and they have a much better offense, while the Chiefs were scratching their heads like, well, we know the personnel is bad, but this is really bad. The Giants had opportunities to win the game last week against the Chiefs, but because Russell Wilson was too busy hitting the goalpost instead of his receivers' hands, they ended up losing.
No, I think I agree with a lot of what you say, but I think if the Chiefs go 1-3 with the talent that they have this year, which is less than they've had, and they're getting older. You have Travis Kelce, the oldest starting tight end in the league. You have no running game. You have the wide receivers all banged up all the time. You have Tyquan Thornton as the leading receiver last week. With only 71 yards. I think they've got to win this game because they don't have an easy schedule.
No.
And if they're 1-3, it's going to be tough for them to even make the playoffs. They're not an easy division. It's a tough division.
Well, this year, not so much.
Yeah, well, they have the Chargers are in their division.
That's true. No, I think that they go 1-3.
The Chargers are in their division.
If they go 1-3, winning the division is nearly impossible, because I do think that the Chargers, they play the Giants this week, so we assume it's going to be 4-0. The Commanders, will Jaden Daniels be healthy enough, and Terry McLaurin, will he be healthy enough to go? I still think, though, with that defense, maybe not a 100% Jaden Daniels, they have a very good opportunity to win that game. Then they go play at Miami. Miami is horrible right now.
One.
But they also play the Vikings, who we'll see what J.J. McCarthy looks like, but the defense is really good. They play the Titans. They play the Steelers, who, by the way, Rodgers is the second worst quarterback under pressure. The Chargers are great at pressuring the quarterback. They play the Jaguars, the Raiders. They have a bit of an easier, harder schedule with the Eagles and the Chiefs again. But then it's the Cowboys, are the worst pass defense, the Texans, who can't figure out anything, and they wrap it up with the Denver Broncos.
I think the Chargers will win the division this year.
Oh, I think it's set in stone.
Who are the Chiefs? What's their schedule?
The Kansas City Chiefs, after playing the Ravens, we'll see exactly what this is. They play the Jaguars. That should be a win.
Yeah.
The Detroit Lions.
That's going to be a very hard game.
I agree. The Raiders.
They'll win that one.
The Commanders, week 8.
That'll be close.
At Buffalo. Buffalo always beats in Buffalo.
Yeah.
They always win in the regular season. The Buffalo Bills do. At Denver, will Bo Nix figure out what the hell's going on at that time? I don't know. He's the worst graded quarterback in the NFL. Colts, Indiana Jones. He's cooking right now. Who knows?
Indiana Jones.
Cowboys as well.
Cowboys, I think they'll beat them.
Yeah, I think Texans, they'll blow them out of the water. Chargers, we already said probably not.
I don't think they'll win that.
Titans, Broncos, Raiders.
So they're
going to hover around 500, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I will say this, though.
They got them in this game, and I don't think they will. I'm picking the Ravens.
I will say, if the Chiefs do get eliminated from the playoffs, or let's say before they play on week 18, if they're already out of playoff contention, so week 18 doesn't matter if they win or lose. If we talk about the GOAT debate, Brady never played a snap in his entire career while already being eliminated from the playoffs. Just going to put that out there. Because in 2002, they didn't make the playoffs, but when they took the field and Brady played, they still had a shot at making the playoffs. So
I think Mahomes' chances of outshining
well.
Brady for his career went up in smoke in the Super Bowl last year, where they played. Terrible.
Maybe. But I think the Ravens have to have this. They're due. I think that this has to be a Ravens win. Because if the Chiefs beat them when they're playing this poorly, what does that say for the morale of the next time they potentially play? They were at their absolute worst. The defense, it was 11th, but not really that dominant. Their offense was really, really bad. Mahomes and the receivers in the running game, they weren't connecting on any level, and we still lost. Then it's like, how the hell are we going to beat them? Let's say they do play in the divisional round. How are they going to beat them? How you have the morale to say, no, we got them this time? I can't see the level of confidence being, oh, we could definitely beat them. When you haven't. You're 1-5, Lamar is, against the Chiefs. And I'll bring up the numbers one more time. He hasn't played well against them. Mahomes, even if Mahomes plays poorly in the regular season, we see that Mahomes gets it done against the Ravens.
Okay, well, who are you picking to win?
I have the Ravens winning.
Oh, okay.
But I don't feel confident about it whatsoever. I'm just saying that this is
I think it'll be a close
play.
game, but I do think the Ravens are going to win this one. They don't want to go 1-3 either.
I think
their defense has got to find a way to play better. Come on.
You'd
They're
hope.
terrible against Detroit.
You'd hope. I mean, they were also bad against the Buffalo Bills, allowing them to come back very late in the game, although the fumble by Derrick Henry didn't help.
The problem with the Chiefs, I think their biggest problems are offensive line. Their running game's terrible.
They got outgained by Joe Flacco. Their defense allowed Joe Flacco and the Browns offense to cook against them. The Cleveland Browns, who I have, they have over under 4.5 wins. I have them on the under, which just shows the level of confidence that I have in them. They shouldn't be winning games, but yet somehow they beat the Packers and got outgained. They outgained they still lost, but they outgained the Ravens. So it's a mess. Hi, everybody. Thank you for watching this clip of the Harvey Hour. If you want to watch the full show, you can by clicking the I in the top right-hand corner right now. If you want to take the show with you on the go, it is available wherever you get your podcast. We go live here on YouTube every single Tuesday and Friday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. So make sure you hit that like button, that subscribe button, and the notification bell to get notified whenever we upload a video and whenever we go live.